All right, Tom. Woo, Lord. Yesterday, while we were focused on Obama, a report came out, a dossier compiled by a former British intelligence official saying Russia has compromised, they have personal information, they have compromised President-elect Donald Trump. Now, according to CNN, the information they've obtained has not been confirmed itself, but multiple sources say both Trump and President Obama were briefed on these allegations. Let's say some of the allegations, Tom, ain't fit for morning consumption, and the only person who probably could identify with that is R. Kelly, but that's another story. Let's go to our counterterrorism intelligence advisor, expert Malcolm Nance. He's the author of the book, The Plot to Hack America, How Putin's Cyber Spies and WikiLeaks Tried to Steal the 2016 Election. Malcolm, what's up?
Good morning. How are you? What have I done to
Malcolm.
to get
so here's the deal.
Roland and Tom on the same time?
Well, here's the deal, Malcolm. These are unsubstantiated allegations, but as someone who is an intelligence expert, who has talked about these issues, give us your analysis of these series of memos that were put together by this former British intelligence official.
Right. First off and foremost, there are two documents we're talking about, not one. The report that CNN made said that there was a 2-page short bullet summary of information that this British intelligence, MI6, which is British's version of the CIA, had put together based on sources in Russia that said Donald Trump had compromising information out there that the Russians were using to manipulate him. That's one. There is a document that's 36 pages that's out on the internet with a lot more interesting, as you said, salacious R. Kelly style intelligence that has not been confirmed. However, it appears that the CIA chose data points from that big document and put them into a classified briefing for the president and Donald Trump, which means they have confidence that the points that they took out of this 36-page document have either been corroborated and confirmed by their own intelligence, and they feel very high confidence about it.
So you're saying, Malcolm,
the real document? Yeah,
so
go ahead.
you're saying that if these documents, if this 2-pager was actually presented to President Barack Obama and was presented to President-elect Donald Trump, you believe that American intelligence would not have even presented that if they did not believe there was some truth to it?
Well, the way the business works is we don't go out and present unsubstantiated rumors, despite what the movies show. We generally have what we call backstopped intelligence. That's where we have a source who is in Moscow or another nation or a high-level, multi-billion-dollar collections platform, right? And we can get this information. But even though this British guy got it at a generally low level through talking to his contacts, we in U.S. intelligence can actually confirm things or may actually have that information in our possession as well. So a cute way so that you don't have to give up your top secret sources is to just present this guy's findings as verifiable or relatively verifiable.
Was this information available before the election?
Actually, David Corn was the
Mother Jones,
the writer of Mother Jones. He was the one that actually broke this story in October. However, the entire dossier of all the accusations, which came out yesterday, wasn't available, and many of them intimate that there was actual espionage, where people in the Trump camp were actually making deals to report on Russian oligarchs in the West who were no longer friendly to Moscow in exchange for loans, in exchange for other things. None of that's been verified. And then you get on to the sex stuff, which, I've said this many times before. When Donald Trump was at the Miss Universe pageant in 2013 in Moscow, he was under full-scale, multi-spectrum technical collection. That means full-scale surveillance. And they do that for billionaires. They do that against high-profile American citizens, which means they listen to every phone call you make, every Bluetooth connection you make, every cell phone, every text that you send.
They bug your hotel room?
No, that's the old school stuff. That's just given. Just assume that there is video, audio collection on your suite, or technical teams who are brought in for short-term duty to specifically target you and surveil every person you meet.
So he should have known.
Well, you would think that a billionaire would know, but we're talking about Donald Trump here.
Okay.
So that being said, that would give them anything that he had done, which is even slightly illegal or slightly confidential, would give them intense amounts of leverage to induce him to do what they want, or it would give them the ability to manipulate him without him not even knowing he's being manipulated. We call them invisible strings, to the point where they would give him loans, or they would give him favorable treatment, or just Vladimir Putin complimenting him.
Hey, Roland, do you think if this information had come out before the election, we would not have Donald Trump as the president-elect?
No.
Good question.
No,
I
because this was a change election. His supporters did not care. He
about
said
all the other stuff.
He said, I could kill somebody on Fifth Avenue and they wouldn't care. Look at everything that came out. This was one of those things where it was just they didn't care. And Malcolm, real quick, here's the other piece. All these folks all of a sudden are saying, well, this shouldn't have been published, shouldn't have been put out there. Yet it was national media who gave Donald Trump license and covered news conferences when he lied about Obama's birth certificate. So my deal is, don't try to say, well, this is unfair to Donald Trump right now when they were live reporting on him and that birther crap.
Yeah. It's tough when somebody leaks your information, huh?
Yeah.
And are you going to be giving a more critical eye to the Secretary of State hearings today?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, certainly I'm very, very interested in hearing about Mr. Tillerson. His ties to Russia are almost run extremely deep. He is a close personal friend of Vladimir Putin. And, this is a time where U.S. security needs to understand Russia is an adversary. They are manipulating us, and they are out to eat our lunch, so to speak, and we're turning it over to them with people who think that they are, the pinnacle of governance.
Folks,
in fact, they are a dictatorship.
Folks, get Malcolm Nance's book, The Plot to Hack America, How Putin's Cyber Spies and WikiLeaks Tried to Steal the 2016 Election. Tom, we appreciate it.
All right, good job.
Thanks, guys.
Kickstart your day at 7 and get the news you need from the perspective you want. NewsOne Now with Roland Martin. Every weekday morning at 7 on TV1.